Okay.
So this is part three of my video series with Sheri Winston. She's a holistic sexuality educator. She's been doing this for the last 15 years, and this is built upon her foundation of 25 years in addition to that, of being a nurse midwife, a gynecology practitioner, a registered nurse, and massage therapist. And of course, she is well known. I love her so much, and she has an award-winning book called I always get this wrong, Women's Anatomy of Arousal, Secret Maps to Hidden Buried Pleasure. And this book got the 2010 ASEC Book of the Year Award. And this is really quite an achievement considering how many sexuality educators, counselors, therapists are under the umbrella of ASEC, which stands for the American Association of Sexuality Counselors, Sexuality Educators, Sexuality Educators, Sexuality Counselors, and Therapists. And I'm one of the members as well. And so my name is Martha. I'm a sexologist, and I'm from Eros Coaching. And Sheri is from Center for Intimate Arts. And her website is Intimate Arts Center, that's CNTR. So in video one, we talked about erectile tissue. In video two, we talked about the importance of arousal. And this is actually the video that I really wanted to make. So Sheri, could you tell us a little bit more about the link with pain when someone is not aroused and how this could lead to trauma and numbness?
Well, so this is kind of a big topic. So just to be clear, we're just going to touch on a few of the issues, but it's complicated. Our sexuality is complicated because it has to do with everything that's happened to us and who we are. But for a lot of women, they're not getting all the pleasure that they could, or they're having numbness or pain in their genitals, and partly that could be from many different factors. We know a lot of women have had trauma, some kind of sexual abuse, all sorts of history, and the body protects itself. One of the ways it protects itself is by armoring, is by numbing areas out. And another way that our bodies protect us is by pain. Pain is a signal that something's not going right, that there's a problem. So these are common things that we see in women, that they have pain with intercourse, or they just have pelvic pain that may not even be associated with sex, or that they feel numb or armored. There's all kinds of things that can go on. Some of the factors that we've already talked about in the other two videos are the full engorgement. And that is just so key to turning your genitals back on, particularly if there's numbness. Sometimes making sure you have full engorgement really makes a big difference on whether you have pain or not. And the other piece of it was the arousal. I think a lot of women are, particularly if we partner with men, are allowing penetration before we're at high level deep arousal and before we have full engorgement. And if that's the case, it might be painful, it might not be pleasurable, or it might be okay. But when you have full engorgement and you have deep arousal, then it's going to feel wonderful, and that's what we really want to go for. So I think understanding both those factors can help us in healing past trauma that we may have had. Can help us in having more pleasure now. And I think it's really important to recognize the wisdom and intelligence of the body, that if there is any kind of numbness or pain, then it's because the body's telling us something and we need to listen to what it's saying. I like to encourage women, I like to tell them, be a good guardian of your gate. And by that I mean, if you don't keep, if you're not a good doorkeeper for your own vagina, right? If you allow anyone to sort of enter when it doesn't feel fabulous, sometimes your vagina will take over that job for you, and it might cause pain or numbness or muscle spasms that make penetration uncomfortable or painful or impossible. So that's kind of, you can think of it as your vagina is taking over that job. So instead, I like to encourage women make a commitment to yourself that you're really going to tune in, love your body, do what you need to do the healing work you might need to do because of whatever may have happened. But in the here and now, make sure you learn about full engorgement. Make sure you learn about how to enhance your erotic trance so that you can get to deep arousal, and that you have both of those things together before you have anyone entering your body. And hopefully what you'll find when you do have full engorgement and deep arousal is it's intensely pleasurable. And pleasure is one of the great healers that we have. So that's my suggestion. That's the kind of quickie look at what is a very multifactorial set of issues. So I hope that's useful.
Yes, beautifully said. Thank you so much. So I just want to reiterate, I just want to repeat some of the things that Sheri already said. If you are not sexually aroused, you are very likely to have pain. And the way, what happens over time is that your vagina will start to become numb and your body might even shut down to sex. So it's very important to be the keeper of your gate and really honor your body. Ask for more time for arousal if that's what you need, and learn how to communicate with your partner, speak up, learn about your body, learn about your anatomy so that you own your sexuality. And that is the big message that we want to share with you. I have heard, and we definitely have heard so many stories of women having had pain, numbness, trauma in their vagina, and that's not what we want for anybody out there. So if you are seeking support in learning about your body, then be sure check out Sheri's website. That's Intimate Arts Center, CENTER.com. And also must get her book, award-winning book. Also, do check out my website as well. That's eroscoaching.com. So thanks for tuning in to this three-parter, and I'm so honored to have Sheri. This is not something that I do often, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Give us your feedback.
Thank you.